The market continues its wild swings. Will the whipsaw ever stop? Find out next on Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so the market sold off about 80 points at the open today, then rallied back about 60 of those points at the close, giving us another day of wild swings and leaving traders to wonder how to deal with this market. So before I jump into the charts, I want to share a few thoughts with you on just that. The first thing I think you should do is zoom out and check out the bigger picture and see if the market is doing something out of the ordinary. Now, if you haven't seen my big picture video, I highly suggest you check it out. It's the main video on my YouTube channel. Go check that out. And we put that video out almost 10 months ago where we talked about the move up towards 4,800 and the pullback down towards 4,200, which is exactly what we saw. So for me, in the big picture, the market is not doing anything out of the ordinary. Now, in the shorter term, we are seeing 1 to 3% swings almost every day, and those are very difficult to navigate, which brings me to my second thought. If you're going to trade this market, I highly suggest you aren't holding overnight short-term positions like 1 to 3 days. We have seen this market reverse wildly and be up or down 60 plus points on any given overnight session. If you're going to trade this market, you should be looking to day trade or scalp and be skilled at it. And I highly suggest you use tight stops, as we have seen very strong reversals in this market. Okay. The final thought is where I think the market is going from here. In the short term, I still think we need another low. Okay. But to be quite honest, I'm not sure how we're going to get there, but we're going to talk about the charts in just a second. But in the long term, I'm very bullish and think we have another bullish leg up towards 5,500. Okay, so I'll get into the charts in just 1 second. But first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the Nasdaq. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so as I mentioned, another day of wild swings yesterday leaves us kind of in another no man's land where we're going to try to figure it out. So let's jump into the charts and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1 hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And before we jump into the analysis, I do want to give you a quick quote from Elliott Wave Principle where they say, there will be times on the chart where there is no clear path. And in these times, you basically need to be patient and a clear path will emerge. Now, that's paraphrased, but essentially you get the gist of it, that there were times where the action is sloppy and there is no clear path. And that's kind of where we're at right now. So as we look at what happened, we got the sell-off, the rally, and now we're getting another sell-off here. And the reason that there's no clear path is the move down, okay? We had 1, 2, 3. We were trying to make wave 4 up, but this rally right here went too high and came into wave 1 territory. Now, I do know some of you told me, hey, wave 1 could have been up here at March 3rd, and that's fine. Theoretically, it's possible, but if you put 1, 2 here, this wave 3 extension is almost the 3618, which can happen. It's theoretically possible, but this 1, 2 fits much better in the structure of what we're looking for and the target to the wave to the downside. So for me, wave 1 needs to be down here, which means wave 4 moved into wave 1 territory. And in that case, this move down would either invalidate or we would have a diagonal for wave 5 down. Now we can see a diagonal, but as we know, diagonals are not trustworthy or very common. So we don't want to put all of our eggs in that basket. We just need to know that that's a possible path. Now, the other side is the bullish side, and off of this low, this mess here is anything but impulsive. It is very ugly and overlapping. There is no clear structure here other than what would be a diagonal to the upside. So when you have diagonals in both directions and invalidation in both directions, it really makes it difficult to understand the clear path. So what you do is you kind of sit on your hands and wait for that path to emerge. Now, the possibilities we talk about are the diagonal down. So if they continue moving down and take out this low right here, okay, it's at about 4205, I believe it looks like, somewhere around there, and break down below this low, then we could very well be filling out this diagonal, attacking these lows and looking for this wave 5 down. If, however, they're able to rally it up out of here and take out this high right here at about 4267, it was the high of yesterday. If they can take out yesterday's high, then they have a very good shot to rally this up in a diagonal in either one of 3 or a bigger ABC. So if you look at the overall structure we talked about yesterday, you had this A, B setup here, and then C up to 4454 at the 1.0 extension where A equals C. And we would look for a rally up to there, okay, in a corrective structure, which we're getting, to complete an ABC up for a bigger wave 4 off of the move down. And then we would see wave 5 down into this area. So the issue is that also has to be a diagonal because of all of the overlap down here. So you see the A, B, C for wave 1, and then the ABC down for wave 2. And then we would be building A, B, C up for wave 3. So as long as they can hold this B low, this can be 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 up in C to complete wave 3. And then you get an ABC down for 4 and an ABC up for 5. Now, we do have the 5 down here and the C up here. And the reason for that is I talked about two different things. I said we could have an ABC up, okay, for a bigger C wave, a wave 4, and then wave 5 down lower. Or if the bottom was in here, okay, I still think we need a low personally, but if this was the bottom, okay, and this was wave 2 right here, okay, so you would have 1 up then and 2 down to where this B is. Then you would have wave 1 of 3 as a diagonal up as well. So 1 and C are going to take on the same shape. We can tell the difference because the wave 1 of 3 target is 44.19 and the wave C target is 44.54. So if they push up to about 44.20 here and start to reverse, then we can kind of shift our thinking into maybe this is wave 1 of 3 and see how the pullback comes from there. If they push through 44.20 up towards 44.54, okay, up to the 1.0 extension and hit that target, then it would look a little bit more like this C wave, okay, and then this wave 4 with 5 coming down. And the big tell on that would be if this happens, how the pullback plays out. If the pullback looks impulsive down, then we are going to get wave 5 down for a lower low. If it's a clear ABC move down and bounces and holds support, then it was wave 1 of 3, okay, and we would be looking for wave 2 of 3 to hold support down here. So all of this is pretty complex because this is a mess. So right now, I still favor the up move here just based on this overall structure, but if they break this low and start moving down, we will start to shift towards this move more directly down to this wave 5. I know that sounds as clear as mud, but I always try to be honest with you and not try to fit my analysis into a narrative. I fit it into the data I'm given, and right now the data is as clear as mud. So that's what we're looking at on the S&P 500, and as you can guess, the Nasdaq looks pretty similar. So over on the Nasdaq, as you would expect, we have the same ABC set up for the smaller wave 4 up, and we also have the diagonal set up for the bigger wave 4 down. Now, a little bit of difference on the Nasdaq is the two paths, the C wave path and the wave 1 of 3 path, both kind of are in the same place. So it's 14,475 for the C wave and 14,540 for the wave 1 of 3 path. So in both cases, on the ES and on the Nasdaq, we would look for the pullback to tell the story. So if we got up to this level, okay, we would look for a pullback from around there. And if that pullback, as I said, is corrective, we would expect a move higher to take out that high and start wave 3 of 1 up. But if we don't hold this support and it looks impulsive to the downside, then we would look for the bigger wave 5 down to make a new low and hopefully complete that wave 4 correction we've been watching. Guys, if you like the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. Head over there to our membership plans area. We have 2 amazing plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there and check it out. Make sure you love it and make sure it's everything you want it to be before you ever spend a penny. So come check us out for a week. The first room is our Invest with Jacob room. Okay, that's my room. I'm in there all day, every day, answering your Elliott Wave questions, giving my real-time market updates, and giving out my buy and sell alerts. All right, I only trade the SPY and the QQQ, so if you are looking to trade individual stocks and the indexes as well, and see a trading style that absolutely crushes the market, you need to check out PT's Throne Room, okay? In his room, you get the individual stocks as well as the indexes. You get everything in the Invest with Jacob room, and you get his reduced risk trading style by using binary options. It's absolutely amazing how well he does killing the market. So you need to check that out today. All right, guys, let's get you in there. Let's make some money together. We would love to have you. Okay, key takeaways for today, guys. We're kind of sitting on our hands. We're waiting for some information from the market because we really don't have a clear path. And when we have that, we have to be honest with ourselves and just wait for more information. Okay, same thing on the Nasdaq. We're sitting on our hands looking for a breakout to the upside for the potential wave C or a move down in the diagonal to complete wave 4 in the bigger correction. Guys, it's the weekend. Have a drink, enjoy your family, have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you next week.